Hi guys, so today we are back on pistol squats, looking at some mobility and strength work that you can do to help you improve those reps or get the movement nailed down. So to begin with, we're going to start with a bit of mobility, and then we're going to look at a couple of different variations you can work on to start building your strength, capacity and range of movement just by cracking on and playing. So to start with, let's go work on a little bit of movement. Going to come down and do either a squat or half squat, whatever feels better for you. And all we're going to do is a couple of pulses in this position, and then we're going to lock out the legs and try and keep the back flat. Alright, so as you drive up, bring your back up, and then you're going to do a couple of leans, coming down, drop, pulses, up. If you want to grab your toes, that's fine. If you want to put your arms out, that's fine. Just a couple of leans. Try and be strict about that back being flat. We don't want to be here with the knees bent, just bobbing. Try and lock out, a couple of little pulses down, drop the bum, little rocks, up, pulses, and then just rep out, squeeze the bum if you can. It's up to you, you can do sets of 3, sets of 4 pulses between each movement. All we'll try and do is start some muscle activation there, some movement, and get yourselves warmed up a little bit. Alright? Next, we'll look at the ankles a little bit. So, it's a variation we've worked on in the past. I'm going to add a little bit more weight into it. So, I'm going to use a 20 because this feels really good for me. You can come down to a goblet squat, and from there, all we're going to do is just drive right into one foot as far as we can. Drive that knee over the toes. Come back, the other side. Drive, something just popped as far as I can. Try and keep my heel down, shift my weight into the knee so it goes right over the toes. Let that leg relax a little bit, and then come back, shift my weight, and drive. So it doesn't have to be this heavy the weight. You can do it just shifting, rocking side to side. So I haven't got access to weights for whatever reason. This is usually what I'll go in. Just working on a big twist through each time. So I'm actively driving my knees out and just rolling as far as I can, spending a little hold on each side. And when you're ready, just relax. If you want to break it down a little bit more, we can come down on one knee and just work on just lunging through. So similar to what we did on the box or the chair. And then instead, because we haven't got the box or chair there, we're just going to actively push down on the knee as far as we can. And imagine, trying to get my hips square. So that's one thing to watch out for, is as you're driving forward, don't just rotate, right, and twist in. You want to keep your knee tracking straight as possible over that foot, especially if you're pushing on it and driving your chest forward. It's very easy to start letting you shift, twisting, right, and it feels much better. It doesn't feel as tight, but I'm not working on the same range of mobility as if I drive straight there. Okay, so be very aware, it's very easy for it to happen, for that twist to creep in, but when we're setting, driving straight as possible. Alright, so again, you just work between both feet, building up. Sets and reps vary depending on how tight you are, but generally ankles, especially for the pistol squats, is one of the things we need the most movement in. So I would always spend a little bit of time, if you can, before a session, even if it's dead quick, just that squat one. Rocking, as Johnny or Andrew is doing the introduction in the brief. Just get yourself in a squat position, rock side to side, get the ankles moving, get some blood flowing. And if you're in the squat position anyways, you're going to warm up your hips, glutes, quads, everything ready to go. Next, what we're going to work on, no, I got rid of that because I was going to need it in a second. Squat variation. If you're still struggling, even after the previous week's progressions and regressions, this might be a good one for you to come back to. So what we're going to work on is elevating the heels again, up, nice and high, feet together, and all we're going to do from here is what's called a cannonball squat. So if you need it, you can have them slightly wider, but we want them not like far more narrow than a normal squat. So we don't want them shoulder width, we want them well within inside that. And all we're going to do from here, keep the weight planted, is sink down with our weight going straight. So we're not going to focus on that hip hinge too much. We're just going to try and drop in a straight line down towards the floor. Keep the chest up nice and high. get as low as we can, squeeze the knees together, drive back up, okay? Looks dead easy, but we're going to add a little bit of weight in a second, but down, back up, right? Keep that tension, get as low as you can, up. And that's just going to help to start build that range of movement in the patterning for the pistol squat, alright? From there, you can add a little bit of weight in. So, just working on coming down, squeezing these to get my chest up nice and tight, and back, okay? And if you want, you can superset it with a one leg wall squat. So I'll come down, lock myself in, hold, 30 seconds to a minute hold, one leg, superset with them. You're going to start to build that leg strength to make the pistol squats far easier for you, okay? Ooh, sweating a bit now. Our last option is, I'll use that again actually, to come down into that position and work on what we worked on previous weeks, where you shift your weight in one leg, lift the opposite leg, but instead of coming back up, we're just going to do a max hold in this position, trying to keep our spare leg nice and high. Alright, you point your toes if you wish, change sides. So from there, shift your weight, lift one leg, point the toes, and we're just going to hold here. Try to keep the shape nice and strong. If you want, you can lift the arms up, try and improve your shape. Lost it. And just going to hold that position. Just max hold, getting used to it. Then again, regress your platform down. So if you're using books, get a thinner and thinner book. Hopefully you don't destroy them all. And then when you're ready, come down. Oh, still a bit tight. Lock out. And again, max hold. Working on that shape. Lost it. So it does get very tricky and very hard to maintain, but if you practice it, it's going to mean that when we get in that shape, it's going to build your hip flexor strength, your control, your patterning, and your body awareness will be far more sufficient, accurate. Yeah, your body awareness will be there much more for when stuff does start to go wrong. So you'll be able to understand and pick up your sense of balance shifting or loss of control far quicker when you're under fatigue. Because you're used to that sensation of like, right, this is where a comfortable position in the pistol squat is. Sounds simple, but it works. Yeah, so give it a go. Let me know how it goes, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, take care.